So I'm back again with another video, and let me just say they have really stepped up the harassment, the targeting, the psyops, and so this is the third video I'm doing today, and I'll probably do more because, again, I want to shed the light on the tactics and the techniques that they use in this coercive persuasion program, okay, and the use of microwave technology for mind control, okay, and the civilian population who are mind controlled, manipulated, brainwashed into participating in these sorts of program to, basically stalk, harass, uh, poison, they try to are destroying the lives of the victims of these programs. And these psychological programs are created to discredit the victims of non-consensual human experimentation. Okay, and it's not just the United States government, but government all around the world who are developing these types of technology for mind control, and as well as directed energy weapons to harm, subdue, kill anyone that they want to. Okay, just as the U.S. diplomats and spies in Cuba who were hit with these hypersonic weapons that cause permanent psychological and physical damage to these individuals. So, a little while ago, I was in the kitchen, I was washing dishes, and I threw out some Chinese food. Well, rice, Chinese rice. I threw it out, right? Because it's been in the fridge for a couple of days. And then, right after that, I received a text from Pam stating, and again, when they see that I'm documenting what it is that they're doing, okay, and they see that, I guess, the video showing me explaining what's happening, I guess it's gaining some relevance in viewers who are watching the video, then they will come back with the crazy theme. So, I might walk by someone and they may have a conversation and they'll be like, you know what, that's crazy, or he's crazy, and stuff like that. Again, this is what they do, right? And because early on in my targeting, I suffered a nervous breakdown because of what was happening to me, and being diagnosed with a psychological disorder, and being on medication. And that's the purpose of what it is they're doing, because to get you to be diagnosed with a psychological disorder, then use that as a means to discredit you, okay, and to prevent you from speaking out, so that no one would take you seriously and you would not be believable because you have this psychiatric diagnosis, okay. But anyway, so again, the repeated number 32. So I'm going to put this up. Let's go here. This is let me get there, a text message from Pam. Okay, this is right after I throw out the Chinese food. Okay, and then she goes, "Hi, another crazy day." Okay, see, they like to throw in the word crazy, right? Now, what she don't know, because when they started targeting me heavily, like I said, she would do things to psychologically harass me, try to send me subliminal message and stuff like that. And then, she'll start to do mean things. Like, for example, we're sleeping, I put my arms around her, she would just take my arms and just push it off, right? Then at work, she wouldn't call me to say, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? But she'll wait until she's ready to come home, and this is not all the time. And then she'll call me and she'll text me and be like, "Hey, very busy. Uh, Sorry I couldn't get to call you." Right? That sort of thing. Basically lying, because I know better. So, usually what happens is that I know that she's texting, her friends and stuff like that, other people, even her ex-boyfriend. Okay, I know. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but I know. So when she tells me that she's been busy all day and so she didn't get a chance to text me, I know that she's lying. Okay, I know that she's lying. And I already told her, listen, I've been in plenty of relationships. I know how people act in relationship. I've acted a certain way which was not good in the past, but I was young. I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 40s now. I don't have time for those type of games. In my 30s, I didn't have time for those type of games. Okay, in my 20s, I'm young, immature. Okay, and not make it as an excuse, but that's what happened, right? But we're both in our 40s. We got 2 kids. I have no time for games. Okay, and her being a part of this, whether it's intentional or whether she's intentionally doing it or whether she's influenced by the technology. When I try to, Ethan, I'm doing a video. Please get away. Thank you. So, I should have lost my train of thought. But anyway, so I know that she's lying, and again, she texts me at exactly 4:32, right? And again, put the word crazy in it. It's a repeated pattern that they do. Okay, it's repeated over again. Every few months, they will attack me, heavily like this, and then, they'll come back and then be like, "Oh, he's crazy." They'll find some way of trying to subliminally send me that message that, yeah, you're crazy. With the use of psychiatry, right? And so this, again, the website. Let me. psychologicalharassment.com. Psychiatry can be used as a threat in the sense of building false profiles or to build a false profile to wrongly accuse and convict people of crime that they did not commit. Question: what are these strangers or auditory hallucinations saying? They're saying that I'm a pedophile, part of a criminal organization, and that I've experienced great pleasure and joy in killing people. What else do they say? They keep repeating and saying that there is a catch. Tell me about your mother. The threat of filling up a profile or creating a false profile. Psychiatry can also be used to cover up or hide the use of these psychological manipulation technologies, and also to discredit the victim with a false diagnosis or by using the victim confused state of mind and claims. The sensitive information that is shared with psychiatry that can also be obtained with listening devices can also be used to further humiliate and threaten the victim. The usual response from psychiatry would be to claim that as more information is shared, the more the symptoms of mental illness can increase, and that these manifestations and symptoms need to be controlled with a higher dose of medication. So, this is exactly what's being done to TIs, all right, to targeted individuals. The coercive threats, psychological program. If you don't get in line, then we're going to make you homeless. If you're in a relationship, we're going to destroy your relationship. If you have a job, we're going to make you lose your job. What else? If you have kids, they will try to take your kids away from you. this program is not about, helping anyone except for the perpetrators of these programs. And the way it helps them is with the experimentation of these new technologies, them advancing, learning, okay, and profiting from those technologies being created. That's what this is about, okay? And we as victims, we are discredited, our lives are destroyed because we decided to speak up, to come forward and say this is happening. And so the retaliation are those things that I've said. Destroy your livelihood, destroy your mental stability, destroy your family life, destroy your means of support, try to make you homeless, okay? Use sex as a reward and punishment type thing, using the opposite sex to create this paranoia within you. For example, if you're a TI, you're dating, someone, they will say things to you or ask you things that you will find to be very suspicious, okay? But it's meant to be that way because they want to create a paranoid state of mind within the TI. So I just have to, do this video because, again, it doesn't stop. It does not stop. And you heard the sirens again because I am yet exposing another tactic that they use, okay? I accidentally closed this. Okay, let me open back again. All right. So yeah, they know very well what they're doing, and I've been in this program, being put through this for well over 15 years, and it's the same thing they keep repeating over and over again. And that's why every single year I think I get better at documenting and recognizing, the tactics, the indirect threats, the use of the people around me to target me, learning about silent sound spectrum and how that technology can be used to basically program anyone, okay? And you wouldn't even know. You would not know. And hence the person who's telling you, hey, you're conditioned, you have been programmed to target me, and they'll tell you, oh, you're crazy. But it is meant to be that way. And that's how, if the people around you don't believe you, then they're gonna think you're crazy. And that's why I do this video. Hopefully family members can watch this video, even though they probably won't, because I've tried to share information with them about certain technologies and they don't even want to hear it. They don't even want to take the paper. Okay, why is that? I was watching a video of Toy on YouTube. She's a TI in California, and she talks about that. Just family members, not being there for you when you try to tell them, explain to them what's happening to you. You're like, you're on your own. I mean, when I'm over by Pam, and I try to tell her about this stuff, she just ignores me. She gets up and she walks away. I'm leaving. I don't want to hear it. One time she straight out told me, I don't believe you. Okay? So, when it comes to, especially being a black man and black people in general, black people don't like to talk about mental illness. And not to say that a lot of black people have mental illness. Not to say, at least not to the extent in which, I would say, like, schizophrenic and stuff like that. But we all, as black people in America, we all have been traumatized. Okay, this is a white supremacist society, and any person of color living under such system have been traumatized, and have been psychologically damaged. Okay, whether people want to admit that or not, because they're living in their fantasy world. I got a great job, I got a nice house, I drive a fancy car. Don't mean nothing, because you could be driving that fancy car, going to that nice house, and a racist cop can see you, bending down to pick up your keys because you dropped it, and can shoot you or arrest you for trying to break into your own house. It happens. Okay? But yeah. And like I said, this probably won't be the last video for today, because they've been very heavily targeting me, and I'm just gonna keep exposing it. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna keep exposing it.